Oh, hello there, and welcome to this bi-weekly installment of Let's Learn Music Theory. Today, I think we're getting to the point where I can just give you little tiny things to ponder, and today we are going to discuss, relatively speaking, the difference between major and minor scales. I know, I'm hearing myself say that, and I'm going... But anyways, I think it's an important little thing to be aware of. So, to present us with this riveting information is my kindergarten teacher and our music theory expert, Miss Poopadoop. Yes, thank you. Way to sell it, Ryan. Thanks a lot. Okay, so let's pick A. We're gonna do our A major scale, and we're gonna do our A minor scale to see how they are different, relatively speaking. So remember, major was when would hamsters wield weapons with horses, and minor was who here wasn't wearing hats with Willie. So our A major scale, of course, is whole step B, whole step C sharp, half step D, whole step E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, minor's going to be, remember, A minor is the easy one to remember because you just go up the alphabet and there's no such thing as H, right? So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. Okay, looking at them side by side now, we can see that the minor scale has a third, the third one, that is one note lower or flat compared to the major's third. D's the same, E's the same, the sixth one as well, and the seventh one as well. So, a minor scale compared to a major scale has a flat 3, a flat 6, and a flat 7. Now, recall that major chords, here's an implication of this, that major chords are comprised of the 1, the 3, and the 5 of their major scale, right? And I haven't said this to you, but I'll bet you can guess that minor chords, of course, are comprised of the 1, the 3, and the 5 of their home scale. So, two ways of thinking about this. That was the first one. Minor chords are comprised of the 1, the 3, and the 5 of their home scale. Or, minor chords are comprised of the 1, the flat 3, and the 5 of the major scale. Or the other way to say that is the only difference between a major chord and its minor cousin, right, is the minor cousin has a flat 3. So A major is comprised of A, C sharp, and E. That is an A major chord when you go 2-2-2 on D, G, B for your open chord. And the minor cousin is A, C, and E. It's got a flat 3. Now, with memorizing half as much stuff, if you've got all your major chords, well, I don't know why you would, but you know how to construct your major scale, right? And then you can go 1, 3, 5, so you know which notes are in the major chords. And now you know, without having to construct all of the minor chords or scales, which notes are in the minor chords as well. So let's look at that on the guitar. Back to you, Ryan. Thank you, Miss Poopadoop, my kindergarten teacher. Okay, so let's look at it on the guitar. Let's use our A chord like she was talking about. A major is 2-2-2 on the D, G, B strings, right? There's A major. When you change it into a minor chord, rather than have it feel like a whole bunch of random shapes that you're just supposed to memorize that don't mean anything, at least now you know that when you go from a major chord to its minor cousin, right, A minor, we are lowering every single pair. This is true. We are lowering one note by one fret, or one half step flatting it, right? So in A major, we're lowering this C sharp, B, C, C sharp, to a C. And that's what makes A minor versus A major. It works with every single pair. Let's do E. We have in E, to go to E minor, you know that you got to just take your pointer finger off, right? And now we have the open G string. So we can infer that G is the minor third of E without having to do the whole scale madness. Or, on the flip side, G sharp is E's major third. Let's see, D. Here we go, D. When we go to D minor, you know that the E string becomes 1 fret lower to the 1st fret. And while you don't often think of the D minor shape as having much at all to do with the D major shape, mostly because you have to switch your fingers all around, it just doesn't feel like quite as easy as going from E to E minor, right? But it is. The only thing that's different about it is this F sharp, E, F, F sharp, becomes an F. So D's minor third is F, D's major third is F sharp. That works with your bar chords too. G sharp. We call this an E-shaped bar chord, right? Because your middle, your ring, and your pinky fingers are making an E major shape. So then to make this is where a lot of beginnerish folks get confused. To make this a minor shape, you're making now a minor shape. To make this a minor chord, you're making this a minor shape by removing your middle finger and flatting that G string by 1/2 step, just like when we flatted the G string by 1/2 step to go from E major to minor. C. There's no good way to play C minor as an open chord. There's a bad way. So let's look at our C chord. We've got a C root, an E third, and a G fifth. We know we have to flat the third, so a really bad way to play C minor would be A3, D1 for an E flat. There it is. It sounds completely fine. It's the execution that's awful. And then we have to get B1 for our other C note there, and this is a very inconvenient way to play C minor as an open chord. So that's why we play it as the bar chord every time. But yeah, so good to know for just general, a little more awareness of what's going on in your guitar neck when you're doing stuff, which is always good to know more about stuff when you're doing stuff. And that's all I have to say about that. I hope you enjoyed this week's bi-weekly installment of Let's Learn Music Theory. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time with something a little more interesting. Goodbye. Oh, but this is interesting. The better man chord, right? The better man chord is when we take our D and we take this F sharp, the third, right? And we put it in the bass now. So, a way to play D minor, which I had not pondered until recently, would be to take this third and flat it, of course. So this is, that's really cool. That is D minor with an F in the bass. Goodbye.